play in, and I'm extremely proud of this group, both for persevering through those finger patterns and for not throwing rotten fruit at Jamie. They thought about it. We thought about it. So, a little bit about all of the instruments we perform with. All of our members play what's called a concert flute. So that's all of the flutes you see in our front here. Somebody hold up a concert flute. So these are the typical flutes that all flutists learn on. These are the instruments you see in everything from middle school and high school bands to professional orchestras. This is the standard of the instrument. And every now and then we play a piece that we'll use exclusively, C flutes. So all of our members have started on that and play that, but from there we branch out. The very, very high, powerful sounds you hear, that was Kathleen on piccolo. You see, piccolos are much, much smaller. It's kind of like Kathleen herself, very small but very powerful. So the smaller the instrument, the higher it gets. So that's our mighty little powerhouse there that you'll be hearing with that. But from there we go on to bigger, fuller instruments. So in the back on this corner we have some alto flutes. Could I have an alto flute and it's held up, and if you could hold up a concert flute next to it, you can see the instrument gets both longer, and I know it's hard to see from there, but the diameter of the tube is also bigger. So as we start making instruments bigger, they get lower. The alto flutes are very much our mid-range voice. So if we could compare this to a concert band or an orchestra, this would be alto saxophones and French horns. So we get that really nice, maybe even a viola type sound, so that very nice mid-voice. But going on from there, on this side you'll see bass flutes. And the bass flutes start to have curves in them, and that's because they've gotten long enough that our arms aren't physically long enough to hold that. So we've curved them. In fact, sometimes we even have stands to help support the weight of that. A bass flute plays a full octave below a concert flute, so now we're getting into bass clarinets, tenor saxes, ranges like that. But we don't stop there. Going back to this side, Erin has our contralto flute playing a full octave below the alto flute. And over here you see we have two contrabass flutes made out of different materials, but these are getting into the range of trombones and cellos. And then the one we affectionately call our tubed foghorn, and I'll call on Cody here. Emma is holding up the sub-contrabass flute that plays as low as a double bass or a tuba. So this ensemble has the range of a full concert band or a full orchestra, and that means there is no music that's off limits to us. We can play any style, any genre, as long as we've got somebody willing to arrange it for these instruments. Thank you. So we can play anything. So we're going to feature all of these instruments again. The next four pieces are from television shows that were popular through the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and we've put them in chronological order, starting with Happy Days. How many of you are familiar and remember watching Happy Days? So we're going to watch these hands change generationally as we go through each decade. One of my favorite things to do with this ensemble is to introduce all of our members to music they haven't heard before, and this flips as we go through these pieces. So we just played an anime piece that a lot of our younger folks are familiar with that genre, and now we go back to a song that is from a show set in the 50s.